Hello and welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Thursday, November 29th, 2018. Trading stocks has a high level of risk and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Always for your further homework. Good morning, Sue here. Hope you've had a good week so far. Wow, what a week it's shaping up to be. Lots going on in the market. So with that, let's get straight into today's video. But before I do, I wanted to say, along with these Tuesday, Thursday videos, I am going to also put out a select few shorter videos throughout the week when I see things shaping up in a more timely way. So you will see more videos posted. They're not going to be as long as my Tuesday, Thursday videos, but hopefully will be timely and helpful. Anyway, with that, let's get into today's. If you know me, you know I always start my videos off with a look at the Russell Index. And for that, I use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000. And I like to step back and take a look at them, the Russell on a 5-year monthly time frame. I know this gets really boring looking at the Russell with every video. But to me, I think it is absolutely key to really understand the overall markets and where they are sitting. So skipping this process to me is something I wouldn't do. I think it's really important, and to get into the mindset of being really thorough with your trading. So that's why I'm always taking time to look at the Russell Index. I shortened my process quite a bit by not looking at all the indexes and rather just the Russell to keep these videos not too long. But it's a step in the video process that I would not skip, even though I will put out more shorter videos, more timely videos. I still think the Tuesday, Thursday longer videos are worth the watch. Anyway, let's get back to the IWM. So we're looking at the 5-year monthly, as we've been talking about. The IWM on the 5-year chart hit this low in early 2016. Been in this beautiful uptrend. We are up and over our line of support resistance. But look at the candle shaping up so far for the month of November. It's a doji. We only have 2 more trading days left in the month. Yesterday was a super powerful day, but it looks like we're going to start the morning off with a little give back. Also, I've been talking about when you see this uptrend in the Russell, all of the candles closed up and over this blue line, which is the 8-day EMA. For the first time in that whole sequence, the October candle closed below. So I think that's something to really pay attention to and change your mindset to being extra cautious after seeing a candle like that. So here we are here. Just you got to stick to your rules and have your processes in place, but you really want to be careful, I think. So we'll see how the candle shapes up for November. I'm going to be super curious about it. So you can see that we're sitting at this area of support and the sequence of candles over here that held this support. So let's move it from the 5-year monthly to the 1-year weekly and take a better look on the smaller time frame as to where we are right here, right now. So you can see the consolidation over here on our purple line. We can see the lift off the October lows. We can see that we gave back a lot of that lift in the subsequent weeks. But here we are right here, right now. The lift that we got yesterday has created this nice bullish candle. It's Thursday. Today and tomorrow are super important days. Will this candle remain bullish for the week? If it does, that's very encouraging because it's reaching up to take our blue line again. So I am going to be more comfortable when I see the Russell Index engulf my my blue 8-day EMA. Something like this. I want to see lift and a candle that engulfs my blue 8-day EMA and some serious return to the trend start to shape up. So extra cautious when I don't see it engulfing on the weekly. But having said that, let's switch it over to the daily. You can see on the daily candle, beautiful candle yesterday off our purple line. So we're starting to get some lift. Will we get follow through today? Today and tomorrow are going to be really important. So with that gives us a pretty good perspective of where we are with the Russell Index and market sentiment overall. Now I am going to show you a chart of the day cafe selection that should the markets continue higher here, looks pretty interesting to me. And that chart that I wanted to highlight for you this morning is Kirkland Lake Gold, ticker symbol KL. It's a dual listed company. It trades on the Toronto Exchange as well as the US New York Stock Exchange. We are looking at it on the US side. Before I get into the chart though, let me tell you a little bit more about the fundamentals. You know me, I'm all about the fundamentals underneath my chart. As I mentioned, dual listed Canadian gold and silver mining company. It was formerly Newmarket Gold. So it swapped its name up. The chart doesn't go back really far, but the value on this name is terrific. It's got a really nice high value score, along with a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 40%, which is a wow number to me, a current PE of 10.82, and a dividend yield of 0.44%. So with that, let's get back to the chart. We're looking at the 2-year weekly. You can see on the 2-year weekly, uptrend, came in to retest our area of support and resistance, made it through, came back again into this area, tested it once again, and what I like about the chart is the bullish orientation that we're getting on the weekly. So I love it when the weekly candle engulfs my 8-day EMA. So that's the big picture 2-year weekly look. Let's zoom it in. Take a look at it on the 6-month daily. I featured it as my chart of the day cafe here, thinking that it would lift off this area of support. For me, it's all about price being up and over the blue 8-day EMA, so it never triggered, but it has triggered over here. So Kirkland Lake is a trigger for me. It's a bit of an extended candle, so you've got to live with a little bit of, if it comes in a little bit, you've got to live with that. That might not be for your trading plan, but it has triggered for me. So like Kirkland Lake in this area here, I want to see some follow through and a continued move this way. Along with the individual chart I'm looking at, I also like to take a look at the sector that it's in. So for that, we're looking at 2 ETFs. The first one is XME, Metals and Mining ETF, 5-year monthly chart. You can see it sitting at this area of support resistance. A wick is shaping up on the monthly time frame. We'll see if we can get a nice bullish candle in the next couple of days shape up here, but I like to see the lift off this area of support for the metals and mining sector overall. And now let's go over to GLD, which is the ETF for gold. 5-year monthly, up and over this area of support. This is a big long-term time frame. What I like to see here is the swing low over here in early 2017 and the slightly higher swing high starting to shape up here. And it looks as though the monthly candle may start to think about engulfing that 8-day EMA. Good to see, but nice base building here. And when you think about it, Kirkland Lake is already in an uptrend and this sector is starting to pick up. Along with that, I like to take a look at seasonality. I couldn't find a seasonal chart for Kirkland Lake, but here is one from Equity Clock, my favorite site, that shows gold futures being in seasonal favor at this time of year. So that's another good data point to know. And so to quickly recap, I started today's video with a look at the Russell Index, and we note the Russell may be bouncing off this area of support. It needs a strong weekly candle still to complete, so it needs more follow through. But it's encouraging to see that it's engulfed the 8-day EMA on the daily chart, not the weekly yet, so I do not have this checked because I want both weekly and daily checked. So you still want to be extra cautious and careful. We looked at the chart for Kirkland Lake. We note that it's in an uptrend already and may be resuming that uptrend. We'll see. It needs follow through in the days ahead. We looked at the sector that it's in, XME and GLD, and we note that they're at an area of support and look to be possibly lifting as well. We note that Kirkland Lake has an excellent value score, a really great growth score with a forecasted earnings growth rate going forward of 40%. Current dividend yield of 0.44%. It does have a trigger, does meet my criteria for triggering, 3 and 8 EMA daily cross. Seasonality in its favor and analyst support. I will include a link to a BNN video where the fellow talks about Kirkland Lake. It's got a current PE of 10.82 and it looks as though their next earnings are on February 20th, 2019. Thank you for watching today's video, and as a reminder, these longer videos go out on Tuesday and Thursday morning. I am going to try putting out some the odd shorter video during the week when I see something timely setting up, so look out for those as well. With that, I'll leave you. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Tuesday.